Hello, and welcome to experTEASEtalk, where we wage war on confusion so that intimacy can come in with ease. I'm your host, V. Renee, and I have a very special, outstanding guest in the building, Sunni.
Woo! Sunni in the house.
Sunni's in the house. So, first I'm gonna let y'all get to know Sunni. Then we gonna get in that thing. Sunni,
Yes.
tell them about what you do, because you do a lot.
Well, I do a lot of things, but
She
the
does.
one thing that I am currently holding it down in is fitness. So that is my home, that is my place of peace, and that is how I feed my family, and that is freedom for me. And so to help women and men get in their best selves, in their best bodies. I meet you where you are. Consistency equals results, not just in your body, but everything that you inspire or aspire to be. Goals, dreams, and aspirations. That's
Good
me.
work. That is definitely her. She's consistent. Everybody that I've encountered that comes in contact with her says that about her. It's just period. Where's Sunni? Oh man, she's so nice. That's like, she is that. When I met you, and I say met, I mean, I encountered you for real. You were in your car listening to motivational.
Yes.
A motivational video on
Yes.
YouTube, and it made me stop. And I said, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And she shared her. She didn't, I might have been disrupting her flow, but she stopped and shared that information with me. She sent the YouTube link to me, and from that point on, I would pull up the links, and I realized even in that moment that we need that. We need to be constantly fed. And sometimes the food doesn't just come naturally. Sometimes you have to source it out, and then you have to eat it for yourself. So everybody's not gonna come and rub you on the back and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Sometimes, some days you're gonna get up and you're not gonna wanna move around. You gotta lift yourself up and psych yourself out even. So those YouTube links are a part of my regimen now, and I just really appreciate you for that.
Well,
Isn't
thank
that
That makes me feel good
That's
to
dope,
be able
man.
to inspire and to deliver a message, not just for me, but for others. And we have to understand that what we do for ourselves allows other people to do for themselves.
Hey man, she was just being herself.
That's it.
She wasn't even trying.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so that's why in all your wisdom, you're on the show, experTEASEtalk. Okay, now this is something I want to kind of dig into. I date. It's a loose word. I really don't date, y'all, but I've dated. And
Well, we might need to define dating because
that
there's
part,
different variations
it's
of
such
it. It's a gray area.
Okay, so what's the definition of dating for you? What's
So
dating?
growing up, dating, you made it seem like this was your boyfriend.
Boom.
Right, but as we
Okay.
and also probably with the family.
Yeah.
Right, dating for like other races, it's just like we date. I date you. We just dating. We're just getting to know. Getting to know. We're dating for information.
Dating
We're just
for
trying
information.
to see. Is this a good fit?
Right, as opposed, so it's like trying on shoes.
Right. But when you're dating, you're not doing it.
You're not supposed to be having sex.
Yeah.
That's doing it? Is that it?
That's doing it.
Okay.
Doing it is sex.
Okay.
So just dating, like I go out with you, let's go out, let's have dinner.
Okay, so what constitutes sex?
It should be
Intercourse, or is it like I'm sorry, y'all. Here's the thing. Okay, so we trying to wage war on confusion, okay?
like that.
It's several things. One of those pieces of confusion is that it's not that I don't know what sex is. It's that space between sensuality and sex. I've watched people try to develop a relationship and be intimate, and the only way they know to be intimate is with sex. Whereas there are other ways to be sensual and not have sex. You can get to know somebody both physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially.
Hello.
Because truth be told, there are a lot of rules and regulations we put on how we get to know somebody and what's too soon to say what and what I can divulge. Like, we're building information, but we still hold we keep a lot of it close to our chest. And it's a lot of stuff that we keep is shit that matters.
Right.
So we ride the nostalgia.
Right.
I like you. Don't say nothing to mess it up.
Right. And I think that's the misconception of getting to know a person, because everybody's not supposed to like me. I'm not supposed to like everybody that I meet. What needs to happen is we put our cards on the table and see if they fit. And then you say, okay, well, let's see if we can get to know each other a little bit better, since we know that we have some common entities or whatever.
Right.
But you have to put that on the table. So if a man or a woman, I just say put it out there, has a hidden agenda, and you're going off what their representative is bringing,
right,
it's just not fair to either party, because now you don't know if I really like you. I'm liking what you're really saying. So just kind of be who you are, and I'm going to be who I am, and we'll just see, because this is how grown-ups should be.
Come on, grown-ups.
And if I don't fit with you and you don't fit with me, it's okay.
It really is okay.
It really is okay, because we need to be able to find the one that matches us.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in a relationship 2, 3, 4, 5 months, years, and you're like, man, I didn't even know that you did that. So just say.
I'm gonna tell you something. You actually fall for the representative, and then you spend the next 4 to 6 months chasing the representative, because you feel like if you could be that person, if you could show me that person, that means you have the capacity to go back to that person, when that was never their natural way of being in the first place.
No.
So it does cause confusion when you're honestly being dishonest. You consistently jumping around being dishonest about being who you are in the dating process. You are killing time.
Yeah.
And not in a good way. On both parties.
And if you really like the girl and you've wooed her with your representative, you got to always be that representative, and you don't want to be in that box either.
That part, which brings me to the next scoop of confusion. So now you're dating somebody and you've met the representative, and you see little highlights of their real self popping out. Now sometimes it's refreshing, and sometimes you're like, who the hell are you, right? But women have a tendency to want to train the guy. Now, as you get older, you know that training a guy and customizing a guy is two different things. Is that unclear?
Well, I would prefer upgrade them.
I call it customize.
Okay.
Customize. Now here's the thing. I can upgrade you, but I can only upgrade you from what you already have. I can't create something that's not already in you, me personally.
Right.
Okay? I do not want to, I want to nurture an existing feature and grow it.
Yeah. So because when you have your opposite, or that lady in your life, or man, whatnot, they enhance you naturally. It becomes a natural instinct to want to do better, to want to be better, to transform. You have a transformational relationship, not a transaction.
Somebody put an amen pin right there, thanks. Also, that whole thing of training. You know, you say training and men kind of they're like, training? I mean, you guys are training us too. You know, the training process is whack now for me. Because, like I said, if it's not already in you, I'm forcing. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm forcing.
No, you don't have it. And you can't give people what they don't have.
You can't expect people to give you what they don't have. Like, he showed you that in the beginning, she showed you that in the beginning. That was the beginning.
Yeah. And in the beginning, everything is kind of pretty much exposed. Just if you like them, you just tend to ignore it, and you cannot do that. Those are signs. You know, I was telling one of my friends, these signs are right here in front of our eyes, and we just be looking past them because we think it's too easy, and we always want to do what's hard, but it's right here in your face.
Right in your face. And you know what? Fighting against flesh. Let's just be real about it. You know, sometimes the person that's really not for you is the person that knows how to hug you the best. Or it's the person that knows how to hug you the best. You know what I'm saying? So you find yourself, that's why fasting and praying and denying yourself, you know, things sometimes is literally building the muscle of not letting your body trump your mind and your spirit. Because your body, as you know, as a trainer, will tell you you're tired, and you ask for what? How many more? Give me one more set. You be like,
yeah, let's go get one more set.
Let's go get one more set.
Yes.
Because your body is a liar. It lies sometimes. Tell your brain.
That's the flesh.
That's the flesh.
The flesh can, it can, man, confuse you like no tomorrow. That's why you need to be in touch with your inner self, with your being. That's you. That's all of you. That's the whole being, not just one. Mind, body, spirit means something.
It means something. And let me tell you something, sisters and brothers, okay? You know, in the Bible they talk about taste and see that the Lord is good. I had a minister say the taste and see part is major, because once you taste and see something, you can't untaste it.
You cannot
unsee it, right? So when you start exposing yourself to a person and exposing your body to feelings, you can't untaste, you can't unsee. Do not set yourself up for failure on some taste and see type tomfoolery. Okay? You have to know that if you're really trying to get to the meat of what's good, you're really trying to get to know this person, you're dating because you're collecting data, then you need to collect the right kind of data.
And give it time.
I don't be having time like that.
I mean, if you act in the flesh too fast, you better be.
Oh, that time.
Yeah,
I do have time for that. Yes.
Yes, that time. You want to get the time to get to know the person, because the person will show themselves. So give them time to show themselves. It's okay.
How much information should you give, like, early on? Like, we talking first date, second date, third date, like.
I do think that discussing the past, I don't think that discussing the past is relevant on the day one.
Not the day one.
Day one.
What about day two?
I think that only thing that needs to be given to the current situation, if it's going to be something, is if something is going to affect or have dealings in the relationship, children, exes, that kind of
I
stuff.
have children. I'm still married.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're right.
If it's going to impact, okay,
if it's going to impact the relationship where you are, cool. If you're just dating, you dating 4 or 5 people, you may not need to indulge much information, but you do want to give information enough to see if it's something there. Yeah.
And a lot of times people will tell you about themselves if you're listening. They'll say, if you ask them open-end questions about family or about their future, they'll kind of tell you what the vision for their life is. If you're building your world, if you're really building your world, then you'll start seeing who fits in it and who doesn't, and how they fit, really and truly. A lot of times when we get hurt, and I talk about heart PTSD a lot, we build walls trying to keep people out, as opposed to building the bricks that build our kingdom, our personal kingdom, because we all have a purpose. So if I have a personal purpose and I'm building my kingdom, and you try to come in, now I done took time and sweat and time and sacrifice and time. I'm not going to just let anybody come skip, jump, do flips.
All up in here.
All up and through here. If you stalling growth, you got to go.
Yeah. And it's not fair.
Yeah.
And it's not only not fair to her or him, but it's not fair to you either.
It's not.
So when you think that you're wooing somebody, you're losing too. You're not getting ahead. You're just prolonging where you're supposed to be. And you taking somebody with you, and that's not fair.
That's not fair.
Just be open and honest. You can't have everybody. That's it. That is the bottom line. You cannot have everybody, and it's okay. You're not supposed to have everybody.
You're not supposed to have everybody.
Yeah, right. You shouldn't. You shouldn't even want to have everybody.
You shouldn't even want to. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, so what do you think about? Let's go a little deeper.
I'm good with deep.
Deep. Okay. As I say, more real to life, right? So, somebody that's separated. I'm separated. I don't live in the home with my person.
Okay.
And I'm doing my own thing. I'm just, you know, I haven't been able to get the divorce for whatever wahoo reason.
Okay.
And so, you know, we're co-parenting. We understand we're separated. I deserve companionship too.
Okay, so I will say in different situations, so
let's just go.
I feel like the two people that are in a relationship, whatever it may be, if they're on the same page, whatever anybody else on the outside is looking in, so what? I feel like it's none of their business. That's the one thing.
Okay.
I do feel like if you are married and separated and you're dating outside your marriage, I do believe that you should just be upfront and honest, so the other person will just know. Other than that, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, let me tell y'all See me? I get it. I've been separated. And I've had people who dated me and they were trying to be understanding, and it was cool. I appreciate them. Kudos. However, I like to grow stuff. I think I like to grow stuff so much that I take on projects, but that's another story. I like to grow. I like to grow stuff. Okay? And if I get with you, growth is a part of my process. Because if I can't team with you and we can't grow stuff together, that's how I know if we're meant to be or not. That's my dating process. That's how I collect data. If you say you're into something, I jump in that thing and I try to grow it with you. Because I want to see what type of, how I fit in your world and how you fit in mine.
That's right.
Now, if you separated and you still in contract on paper, whatever we grow, half of that still belongs to the person you are married to.
That would be accurate, but please, I don't want anybody to get confused about what I said. No. I just said whomever wants to do that, that's cool.
Listen, I did that. I'm not even trying to listen. Yeah, I dated while I was separated. I'm not even trying to be on some how could you? But with time and with age, I've learned what type of person I am. I feel like knowing that the person is separated stalls my data process. How I get data.
Your growth.
Right, I can't do what I do. I can't flex how I flex because I gotta hold back.
You in this holding cell?
I'm in a holding cell. I'm in a Cajun, an Aquarian. Are you? Okay, what? Who does that? Who does that? Any Aquarians? All you Aquarians, I need y'all to comment. Because y'all know we don't do cages. Well, yeah? So, I'm saying that to say that that's the math that I do. And I could be overthinking it. Sometimes you can't help who you fall for.
You can.
Okay, let's get into it. So
the only way you can prevent who you fall for is if you are only in the beginning. But once you in, you in. So you gotta know what you want already on the table. You gotta know what you want. Then when those people come in, whatever it is that you want right here, it's supposed to just hit and just fall off. If it sticks, you know like the spaghetti when you throw it when it's ready?
Yes.
It sticks,
yes,
right?
It does.
When it sticks, then that's when you can be like, okay, let's pay attention. But if it just fall off, if you already know what it is you want, should nobody cave that in? Should nobody penetrate that but the one that you want?
When's the last time you asked yourself that question? What do I want? Not what does everybody want for me. Not what should I have. Not what would work the best for everybody else. Because a lot of us, especially women, have a tendency to have everybody in mind. So we date based on everybody else. When's the last time you sat down with a paper and a pen and say, now seriously, gloves off, what do I want? Because a lot of us don't even know.
And be specific. Like, go down to the wire. Like,
I like it when he grabbed my head. No? What we talking about?
Well, yeah, well,
okay.
that can be on the list too.
That's on that too.
That's on the list too.
Yeah, aggressive, but not like rapery, but like, but almost rapery,
like
but like,
but not really,
but not like kill me. Like no when is when, like when to say stop. Like don't accept the first no, but you know pay attention. It's hard, guys. I'm sorry, it's hard option for y'all because we are some different creatures.
Well, I agree, but as long as you know who you are and
long as you know who you are.
You know when I was growing up, when I was a youngin, my mom used to say, you know, if you really want to date like a lawyer, then you can't date the criminal. You can't date. You know,
no, Mom.
I'm just saying, if you want to date a doctor, then don't date the nurses. I'm just using this as an example.
Yes,
if you want to date a specific type, then that's all you date, or that's all you be in the arena of or seeking. I know that may sound superficial, but I'm just using that as an example.
That's real. If you know what you want, the law of attraction alone, just the physics of it, it's coming. And God got jokes. So I think
he might surprise you.
I suggest you get it together though. Like, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for.
Do be careful what you ask for. Now, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, opposites attract. And
opposite in what though? Depends
you
on
know,
what
opposites may attract for the second because it's so. What's the stuff that just lasts that little while? I can't even think of the word right now.
Lust?
Not lust, but what is it just that lasts for a little? I mean, it can be lust, but something that's just like a false sense of a false sense. Like opposite attract, you know, she might be the homebody, but I'm the.
And she's cute at first. What she's saying is, it's cute at first,
right? And I might like to run the streets, and then 2-3 years go down the line, and he like, why you always going out? You know, you listen. It's only fun for a little bit, but you have to understand that people are good for you when you want the same things. So you can have the whole opposite attract thing, right?
Right.
But you have to want the same things. That's the bottom line.
That is the bottom line. Because honestly, an opposite can attract if it grows you. If there's an area that you're weak in and they're strong in, then it can. You know, I overthink. I might do better with a person who keeps it stupid simple. Like,
or let's go.
They rein me in and I detail them out, and we, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just depends on what those opposites are. Like,
I do think that women do want, and this is probably me being a little biased just because I'm a woman, but I do think that women want the man to grab them by the hand and say, let's go.
Hell yeah. Let me tell you something. I just told somebody this. The stronger the woman is, the more she wants a reason to be vulnerable and a reason to let her guard down and be led. Like,
and be submissive.
The stronger she is, the more submissive she's longing to be. I know it's hard for you fellas to even, that don't even make sense. She got attitude. She gonna give me all of this. No, listen. She needs a reason. Just because you a man and you smashing is not a reason. Okay? She has to be able to entrust.
And respect you, good
Come
Lord.
on.
Women want somebody to be, they want to respect you. Show reverence. Don't it say it in the Bible?
Oh,
doesn't it say that?
And benevolence then becomes yours. Okay? We want to do what you say.
But men don't know that yet. I think men have lost their way for what it is that they're supposed to have. So if you know you're supposed to have a certain thing, then you act accordingly as if it is yours. Not that you have to do all this other stuff for people to bow down to make you be that.
Right.
Okay. That already.
So how soon, I ask guys this sometimes, but how soon in the dating process should the chick be like proving her worth? In other words, how wifely should she behave at the top?
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't think anybody should act wifely in a dating phase. Let me say that part. Secondly, how you how you are within yourself, a man recognizes that.
The core stuff.
The core stuff, how you take care of yourself, you know, the things that you do, what you are responsible for, what you take pride in. Men are really paying attention. Don't get me wrong, they paying attention to what you are and what you're not.
Now I'm gonna tell you, a man told me this. I need y'all to really hear this, women. This is some real strategy type stuff. I'm disclosing some real strategy type stuff. A man said, and this is deeper than this conversation. This is deep, okay? He said men want an adventure, a quest, and a damsel in distress. All three. So, they want to feel like they're either showing you something new or having new experiences with you. They want a quest, which means y'all have either a common goal or
something that you after.
Y'all both
together,
actively trying to achieve together, or have the same. Even if y'all going about it different and y'all don't agree about the way it's happening, y'all still have the same quest.
That's wanting the same things.
Wanting the same things, and actively wanting a specific same thing,
right?
Like working toward it, and because that way they see your work ethic. That way they see how you move. That way they see how powerful and how smart and how they can appreciate it more because y'all have anyway. And then you have the damsel in distress, which is where I think a lot of sisters come up a little short because we don't even want to reveal. And I don't mean by pay your bills. I think they want to pay a bill, but it has to be a thing where they feel valued. Like they feel like nobody can fill that void better than they can. Yes. Like it's a void that they can do. Anybody can pay your bills.
Only them.
Only them. You entrust a side of you that nobody else sees, but where you need the help. You're extremely vulnerable, and only they can cover that base. So that's just a recap. Don't say I ain't never helped y'all.
So I will say this: the whole damsel in distress sometimes, because it's kind of a fine line. Now I agree.
It is.
I agree with that because men do want their woman to be vulnerable to them, like when they
on some level about something.
Or all things, but you can't show that part too soon.
No.
You have to kind of show it, but you can't show it too soon because then they don't want to feel like you're not independent. So they have this whole thing like, I want a woman that's independent. They got their own stuff.
Yeah. No, and see, anytime you divulge that too soon, it's almost like too soon don't necessarily mean it's not a time thing. Too soon don't necessarily mean I just met you, okay? Because you can connect with somebody first day out the beat, but if they see that you're a hard person and that you're softening yourself in an area that you look like you wouldn't normally soften yourself in for them, that's the issue. That's the connect. It's not necessarily I'm saying, but when you're going on these first and second and third dates,
you can't be a dancer in distress. Not that day.
Nah. Nah.
But you need to be cultivating. Maybe you gotta cultivate. So like you gotta give a little task like, I need you to fix the light in the ceiling.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, adventure, quest, and damsel in distress. If you can go in cultivating that from the beginning.
I'm letting you know right now, guys. I do not like to pump gas. I hate pumping gas. I hate it. I
really despise pumping gas. You know, I told somebody I was on E and they told me they was on E too, and I was like, I gotta get off the phone. I can't even. And it was legit. Like if he was on E, he was on E. But it's just the fact that you're not supposed to tell me I'm on E. You telling me you don't like putting gas either. We can't even go together.
No. I agree.
Like we won't gonna be arguing about gas.
Yeah, no, we can't.
I hate pumping gas in my car. I feel like I'm burning my money. I know it's stupid, but
I just don't like that. I don't like the act of doing it.
I don't like the act. I don't like spending my money on gas. I don't feel like dropping that much.
Okay, that's a good. I want a driver.
Baby, can you
want
drive
a driver?
me? Baby.
So silly.
You know, I have no sense of direction. Lead me, please. Now let me tell you something. I used to get, no, I still do. I talk about chivalry a lot. And I feel like it's the most unspoken but prolific, powerful thing you can do in an interaction with somebody. And it goes both ways. I feel like you can be so grateful and make a person feel so valuable when you just do chivalrous things. But for some reason, when I said that to somebody, I was like, if he shows chivalry, then that means he knows how to lead. To me. Dude was like, that ain't got nothing to do. That has nothing to do with how he leads. And I was thinking that's probably true, but it tricked me, fool me, show me. Like, you're going to just, I'm more liable to notice your leadership qualities.
Yeah.
If you are chivalrous, as opposed to me having to navigate and find them, because you're not. Sir,
true.
Do you like chivalry?
I do. I like the door being open.
Is it mandatory? Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say
it's rollback. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I cannot.
So in the beginning, you would hope that it's there, right? But many homes are raised single moms.
True.
Working moms.
You have to train.
I have to train.
I'm saying, do you have to train? I feel like a train coming on. Go ahead.
It's cool. So my son, who is 18, a young adult man, he opens the door for me. I wait. His sister waits for him to open the door when we go into restaurants, any of that nature. He doesn't do it for the door yet. He does it for his sister, but she gets mad. So I got to work on her. These women don't know what chivalry is. The young girls don't even know what chivalry is, because they feel like they have to go out there and get it and da-da-da-da. And these young women don't know their place, kinda. You're the neck. He's the head. You're the neck. Fucking, do you know that the neck tells the head where to turn? Babe, this is where we're going. You're the neck. You don't. Listen. It takes more courage. It takes more fortitude and strength to not be the head. You're strong. Women are stronger than men because they have to grow the family, grow the household, grow their man, and still be the neck. Yeah, that's the strongest. Men, they were not built in that manner. They were built to lead and protect and be the guide when the women does the nurturing and taking care of the home and grooming. Yeah. But
that doesn't have to necessarily look. I know you guys are thinking, oh, they're old school, they're on some 50s. No, it doesn't always have to look like that, but there are certain roles that are just for women and for men. And some of y'all just need to get with that. Like, yes, you can have a job. Yes, you can hold down the fort. Yes, you could be the financially responsible one, and he could be the one that cooks and cleans and all. Yes, all that's cool.
Those are household responsibilities.
Those are household responsibilities. I'm talking about core interaction. At some point, you have to get in feminine flow and be the woman.
Yeah, you can't be embarrassing your man and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that in public and demeaning
him.
In
private, you might get busted.
You can't do that kind of stuff.
But in public,
you need to be able to pull your man to the side, or even talk to him in a respectful manner. You get more from him, and he will listen better. Touch. This right here, the touch. Human touch is the most powerful thing in the world.
Powerful. And that's hard to do when you're trying to rein in your emotions, right?
It's hard to do when you're upset. But just touch him. Ooh. Let him touch you. Say, look, we're gonna hold hands and talk. Men, this is not for you. Don't touch me if I'm mad. No, Yes, you do need to touch a woman if she's upset. You hold her hand and say, look,
I might
girl,
punch
listen to
you
me,
in the
girl.
face if you touch me while I'm mad. Punch you. Yeah, no. You should. There's a way. There's always a way. Yeah. And if you guys develop that system early, if you tell people how to operate with you early, and they're comfortable with that, you're already up to, you to a good start. It's a good start. It's just a good way to start. Like,
surprises is what disrupt the flow.
And if y'all can't have, what do they call it, conflict resolution,
that's key.
Man, isn't that not key? Like, you know, if you can have conflict resolution with somebody. If y'all have conflict resolution and always end up with y'all having sex, y'all are not having conflict resolution.
You can be.
No, the conflict, no.
We might have conflict, boom, we talk
No, you
about
have
it.
conflict resolution. Okay. The sex is not the conflict. The sex
it's
is
not the resolution.
Right, it's the lanyard. Now, we do it while I'm pissed off and you pissed off, and then pillow talk, we resolve it. Okay, that's okay.
Well, I will say this: I don't believe in punishment. Like, I don't think that nobody should be punished.
When you say punish, expound.
Gosh. I don't think that men or women should punish their spouses.
And what does that look like?
Because that's not the sex part is not the core issue. Whatever is discussed is the core issue. So a couple days may need to pass before you can really have this conversation. But does that mean that you can't have sex with your spouse?
Whoa! So when you say punish,
no sex.
Ooh.
That's punish. So I'm saying you can't punish
your partner. You can't threaten to give up, take away sex.
You can't punish your partner.
You can't punish. I feel like some guys try to punish women with silent treatment.
That is very, very.
You cannot punish.
It makes it worse.
Your partner.
Silent treatment on both sides. It makes it worse for both of you as a whole. But in the process of the silence, a lot of things is happening. A lot of things is going through the mind. Boom, you might be silent for a day, two. He might have met somebody, she might have met somebody. Boom, I'm letting you know you're creating another pathway. Do not do the silent thing. I promise you, it's going to be too much for you to come back from.
There's wisdom over here. Listen, I'm going to give you some resolve. Ask yourself, do I want my relationship or do I want to be right? That's first. Second,
don't compromise your happiness though.
I'm saying, when I say do I want the relationship or do I want to be right, the very next thing you need to do is pull the rug off that small fox, which is to say, attack it head on. Yeah. What are we really talking about here? What's your real issue? Just shut up and listen. What's my real issue? Okay, then just shut up and listen. So we get the charge for not shutting. Shut up. Listen to what he's saying. Don't take your emotions hat off, put your friendship hat on, and listen to get the answer. Don't listen to get the answer you want. Listen to get the answer. And a lot of times, these dudes spinning and out talking y'all. You saying a lot, but you asked the question, you never really got an answer. You got an answer, but you didn't get the answer. I used to do that all the time. Y'all know I used to work in finance. And people say, what's my monthly payment? And I would say, oh, $10,000 a month. And keep printing the paperwork. They got an answer. They didn't get the answer. Because I wasn't done doing the math and putting all their extra stuff inside their monthly payment. I wasn't done figuring that out. So I just threw something out there. 10,000. We laugh. Men do that all the time. They give y'all an answer, but they don't give y'all the answer.
So do you think at that moment the woman should challenge that?
I think at that moment she should challenge it, but not in a challenging way. If you're really trying, okay, women, we are good for finessing. We trying to get something done, especially for our kids. We will talk to, finesse, get in somebody's tail, whoever
Who did it?
Whoever did what. If you got to be nice to get it done, or if you got to be a bitch to get it done, you're going to get it done. So make the goal about hearing him and understanding what he's talking about, as opposed to being heard and getting your emotions out in front of the conversation. Write it back.
What is the bottom line?
The bottom line.
What is the result that you want to happen? Do you want to leave away from this conversation with both of you mad, or do you want to leave away from this conversation with a resolve? And you got to do it in a conversational manner.
We are strategic.
We are good for you know, being mad at one another and walking away. The strongest thing that people do is be able to talk. When people are mad and angry, you feel like you're in control. I'm mad, I don't feel like talking. It is when you can release that and have a conversation and walk away is what makes you the strongest. So not being able to forgive, not being able to talk things out, puts you in a holding space, you know, and then you take that with you.
Talk about it.
In the next relationship. So if you can
to your job, to your kids.
Yeah.
How about that? When the next relationship is not always another person that you're in a not just agape, but ethos relationship with, man on woman. You take that ball of energy, you internalize it, and it'll come out at your job. It'll come out with your kids. It'll come out with the very next person you talk to that doesn't deserve that misplaced anger or doesn't deserve that misplaced energy. So for yourself, because you can get fit in your body, and Sunni is top notch, will get it right, get you right. She's gonna give you her contact information. Real talk. I mean, I've never heard a bad word about it. Like, she's good at what she does. I'm telling you, you can get right in your body. And all of you who complained about this little midsection, that's stress too. Men and women. You are carrying things in your... What do you think about therapy?
I think therapy is good. I think that we shun away from therapy.
Right.
But I think that it's always good to have a non-biased person in the middle, especially if two people cannot get along, and or if you're one person and you're trying to find your way. Sometimes you need to have an outside, not your family, not your friends, but somebody that can, you know, direct you in these specific moves, or put you back in a space to where you was then to how you got here. I think that that's important to be able to talk about that and release those emotions and have that conversation, because no matter what, you're carrying that with you, and in your relationships and in your families, and if you're a parent, you're carrying that, and your children are seeing that. So I will say, you know, to the parents and or to people that have children, you know, be careful what you're passing down. Your behavior is being passed down.
That's real.
And I can attest to that. Growing up, you know, my parents passed down some things. I kind of repeated that. Boom, I woke up and I said I wanted to create something different in my next generation. And so it takes work, but it can get done.
You're going to work with
you can be able to, you'll be able to have an open dialogue with your children on, yes, that was then, and yes, I understand that was a behavior that I did have. I have this one, and this is the path that we're on now. That gives them an insight on that they can change and that they can be better. Because at any age, you can be better.
At any age, you can pull them bricks out that backpack and be lighter. You can. Sometimes the surgery is in the therapy, not on the table, construction table.
Yeah, it's what's inside you. It's what's gonna make you ugly or beautiful.
Ooh, yes.
You know, bright, dark. It's what's inside of you, not necessarily what's on the outside.
Yes.
And how you operate inside is always revealed on the outside. So just pay attention. So therapy is good. Therapy, counseling, life coach. I guess they took away from the whole therapy counseling thing and call it life coach. I'm a life coach. We life coaching.
We like coaching right now. How can they get in contact with you?
Okay. Sunny Fitness on IG.
Okay.
Sunny Rochelle Ewing, SUNNI ROCHELL Ewing, EWING on Facebook.
Okay.
Twitter at Sunny Fitness, SUNNIFITNESS. I am a trainer, not just for the body, but mind, body, and spirit. At the end of the day, it's about you, the whole being. So if you ask about me, I motivate my athletes from weight loss to pro athletes. So
yes.
Let's just get this thing rolling. Consistency equals results. Whatever you spend most of your time in is where you're going to get your results.
Absolutely.
So if you're sleeping all day, you're going to get those results of nothingness.
Ooh.
If you go out there and hustle and grind, go to the gym, you'll get the body you want. Over time.
Show itself.
Over time, you hustling for your dreams
itself.
and goals and opportunities. These things come along the way. Just keep moving forward and your blessings will come.
That's right. When you baking a cake, you gotta wait for it to finish.
Right.
When you're cooking, you have to wait for it to be fully prepared.
Yeah.
So when you're putting in energy and putting in time and doing your thing and you're on your grind and it's not coming out when you're at your hungriest, just know it's still coming. It just gotta be right. You can pull it out too early and you'll be hungry. Then you're gonna have to consume some foolishness. Let it do what it do. Just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
I do.
experTEASEtalk. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. Comment, subscribe on YouTube. We're on Buzzsprout. We're on iTunes. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You know, Twitter. You know, we on all that. I really, really respect this lady. You really need to check her out. Look into it. I'm picky. Look into it. It was nice.
Yes, it was.
Thank
This
you
is
for
a
your
great
time.
conversation. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.